Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Nelly back at you today with another beer review. And what I'm looking at is the Dogfish Head Pumpkin Ale. This is a brown ale brewed with pumpkin and spices. It is 7% alcohol by volume. I've never had it before, but I do like pumpkin beers, fall beers, particularly the pumpkin beers. Like I said, I've never had this one. This one's a little bit higher than the traditional pumpkin beers that in the ABV department that I've had in the past. I went to their website, and the release for this beer is August through November. Its original release date was in 1995. It is a pumpkin style ale. Um, it even says enjoy in a pint glass. Pair it with sharp cheddar cheese. Food pairing would be turkey, roast duck, lamb, stuffing, dessert dumplings. I like how they put all this on the website. It's pretty cool that they do that. Then it says the experience, the aroma, cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg. You can expect spicy notes of cinnamon, brown sugar, and pumpkin on the flavor, and the mouthfeel is full body with lingering spices and a cinnamon tingle. Well, we'll see about that. Um, I like the label design on here. It's a pumpkin head guy with the crows trying to eat uh, his guts there, the insides of the pumpkin. And then there's a cat drinking the beer or watching this go down. And they're in a pumpkin patch, it looks like. Really cool artwork on the bottle. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's all about the taste. I don't want to be too biased with this, but most of the Dogfish Head beers that I've had, for the price point, they're not necessarily worth it. We'll see if this one is different. I did buy a six pack. Um, it was $13.99 for the six pack, so very pricey for a six pack of beer. I did pour it in my Dogfish Head glass. There's a lot of bubbles going up the glass there in the middle. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is a laser etched glass, so that's what you're going to get. I didn't really pour with any head. You're definitely picking up on the, pumpkin, nutmeg, maybe a little cinnamon. Mostly pumpkin and nutmeg is what I'm getting on the aroma. Little breadiness from the barley malt. Not picking up really on any hops, but this one is spice, so you're picking up on all of that first. If there is a hop presence, you probably pick it up on the finish. At 28 IBUs, I would expect there to be a little bit of a hop bite maybe on the back end. Um, but with all the spices and the pumpkin and all that, the hops are probably going to take a backseat to those qualities in the beer. But we'll see. I'm hoping that it's really good. $13.99, like I said, is pretty dang expensive for a six pack of beer. And from my experience, Dogfish Head is just always at a premium price point. It's insane, but they're obviously doing well. So let's get into it, guys. Cheers. See what we've got here with this pumpkin ale. Um, you're getting you're getting some pumpkin, you're getting some nutmeg, you're getting a little bit of cinnamon. Um, you're getting some breadiness in the middle of the sip. I wouldn't say that this is a full body beer, like they say on the website. It is probably light medium, but it's definitely not a heavy bodied beer. And the 7% alcohol is non existent. Getting a little bit of that allspice too in the middle of the sip. It is a little bit more bready than I thought it would be. There's some nice brown bread notes in the middle of the sip. which is nice. Although the pumpkin and the spices are really the predominant flavor that you get with this beer. Now, the hops, 28 IBUs. Am I picking up on any hops? Yes. A little bit on the back end once you get, you get through that pumpkin, the allspice, all of that flavoring. You do pick up a little bitterness, a little hop bitterness on the back end. I'm not sure what type of hops they use in this. Does not say on the website, I don't believe. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't say. It just says that it's 28 IBUs. Very cool website. That's one thing I'll give them. They do have an excellent website. Maybe the extra money for the beer is going towards the production of the website. I don't know. So the big question here, I guess, is this beer worth $13.99 for a 6-pack? And the answer for me is no. I mean, it is good. It's a great pumpkin beer. It's a great fall beer. But the Blue Moon Harvest Moon, yeah, I think it's the Harvest Moon is the name of that one. Their pumpkin beer, their seasonal um, beer that is comparable to this. It's a lot less ABV, but I like that one better than this, and it's a hell of a lot cheaper. $9.99 for a 6-pack, or cheaper for the Blue Moon. $13.99 for this. Yeah, you're getting 7% alcohol. Um, Dogfish Head is actually a craft brewery, whereas Blue Moon is Molson Coors, which some people care about that more than others, but I don't care about that. Just care about the quality of the beer and the price point, really. Um, man, I've got to put all of the I've got to put everything aside for the rating, okay? And the rating of this beer, let me get another sip and I'll give you guys a rating. It's good. I wouldn't say this is an excellent beer. I like the Harvest Moon better. I like, you know, a lot of the Martzen style Oktoberfest beers better than this. And granted, this is a pumpkin ale. It has pumpkin in it. So this one is more comparable to the Harvest Moon from Blue Moon because that one has pumpkin in it as well. And that one's better. This is good. It might even be great, but it doesn't fall into that excellent range for me. Um, I will say that the alcohol is masked very well. It does have some good pumpkin flavor, some maybe some brown sugar sweetness. You're getting the nutmeg and that fall pumpkin pie type taste profile. And it's very enjoyable in that sense, but it's just I don't know. It falls a little bit short for me. Um, I'm gonna go 87 out of 100. It's a great beer. If you can buy a single of this, I would highly recommend that you try it. But I don't think it's worth it. I think it's another Dogfish Head beer that's just overhyped, overpriced. You could do much better at a much cheaper price point. I mean, $13.99 for a 6-pack. It's way too much. I mean, there are other craft beers out there that are a lot cheaper than this, and they're better. Um, I was really let down by the Dogfish Head barrel aged bitches brew. That was even more. That was like $18.99 for a 6-pack. Just I don't know how they sell as much beer with the price point being so high because there are so many competitors out there that have much better price points and the quality of the beer is just as good, if not better, most of the time better, in my opinion. But anyway, so 87 out of 100. If you can get the Dogfish Head Punkin Ale, I would recommend it in a single. I would not recommend paying $13.99 for a 6-pack. I think that is absurd because there's nothing about this beer that's just that much better than any of the other beers that fall in this style. And you know, price is not really a factor in the rating. 87 out of 100 is an 87 out of 100, but I can't really recommend buying this beer in a 6-pack, a 12-pack, whatever, just because it's so expensive. And the Blue Moon, Harvest Moon Pumpkin Ale is so much cheaper and it's better than this. So I would recommend that over this, but this one is still great nonetheless. And it does have it is 7% ABV, which is masked really well. And a lot of people want that higher alcohol for these types of beers because it is supposedly a heavy body beer, although I think it's pretty light bodied for the alcohol and for everything that's put into this beer. But anyway, I've said enough. 87 out of 100. It's a great beer. I do recommend trying it. It's only around for another month or two, so get it while you can this year, and let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's worth the price? I don't know. There's just so many beers out there that are comparable to this, and I think a little bit better. So that'll do it for this beer review, guys. Hope you're having a great day, and until next time, everybody, cheers.